Hey y'all, here we have a new episode for my comic strip, HC Poncho the Dog, or Poncho the Dog for short. Of course, now would be a great time for you to pause so you can read the comic as it's meant to be read. So I'll give you a chance to do that right now. So hopefully you got a chance to pause it and read it. If not, I'm going to do the lines real quick for Larry the Pig Wizard and Poncho the Dog. Hey, you heard about all those drones in New Jersey? Yeah, it's aliens. Mars needs workers. Okay. Why do aliens need workers from New Jersey? Well, where else would you find that many people unemployed? So there you go. Just some levity on the whole UAP flap, or drones being seen all over New York, New Jersey, and the East Coast, and now I guess it's spreading over to the West Coast and throughout the country. So yeah, it's very interesting. These nighttime drones that are flying around. I know some people have speculated that that some of the rules got loosened for people to fly around their drones at night, and that's what people are seeing is just hobbyists flying their drones around, which I think there's nothing wrong with that. But it seems like the way people are reacting and some of the things that have been filmed, it's the drones are much bigger than your average hobbyist. These things are supposedly, car size. And there's a lot of different opinions on them, whether or not, these are UFOs, and they could be shape-shifting UFOs, or if they're truly just drones, like hobbyist drones, and there's just been some mix-up that they're just the, $200 drones you get from Walmart or Amazon, and I guess that's what's been bugging people, or they're really these huge, slightly smaller than car-sized drones, which would mean, it's easily probably more than a $10,000 drone, I bet, which most people would not be flying. They just don't have the money for that, which would lean more towards governments. I know earlier on, some politicians said that there was an Iranian mothership parked on the coast, probably in international waters, and was sending out all the drones. There has been a lot of talk that the drones seem to originate from the water, and they might go back there, but then there's the odd accounts of the drones doing 90-degree turns and moving really fast. That stuff's more way closer to your classic UFO sighting. So, I'm not really sure where all this is going. I do find it interesting, though, with all the coverage, and this is it's almost been a year exactly. If you guys remember the Miami alien sightings in the mall, about a year ago during Christmas season, there was a whole bunch of mall goers in Miami saw, 3 10-foot tall aliens that were shifting in and out of reality, and maybe that's some type of weird camouflage, kind of reminiscent of the Predator movies. And it just, 4 or 5 years ago, the very first UAP videos were released, and which was amazing at the time because the government kind of allowed that to happen, which up until that point, there was just never any acknowledgement and never any intentional releases of that sort of stuff ever. I've been following this phenomenon for 15 years plus, and it's really amazing what's happened pretty much in the last 4 or 5 years. It's become way more widely accepted to the point that government agencies are having meetings with it. There's Senate and Congress meetings interviewing people, which I never thought that would happen in my lifetime. I seriously did think this was just going to be under wraps the way it's been since Roswell. No one's ever going to talk about it, even though practically a third to half of the country has seen a UFO, and then maybe even 10% have had even crazier experiences than that. So, but these drones, who knows what they are? They could just be drones, they could be foreign adversary drones, or they could be UFOs kind of shape-shifting into something that's more acceptable for us. But if you took it away from that subject matter and just said, hey, no, they're just governments, there's nothing magical about them or sci-fi about them at all, then you have to say, well, what are they doing there? And, you know, some people have stated that, you know, they're looking for something, that maybe they're looking for nuclear material, which I just saw the video, the guy that I guess he makes drones probably for the, probably works in conjunction with the Department of Defense, and he has a private business, and he makes drones, and he said some thoughts on it where he mentioned some of the radioactive warheads sound like disappeared from Ukraine, and he said 80 of them were unaccounted for, which that seems insane. But there's been these myths for many years, ever since the fall of the USSR, that some of the nuclear weapons were just kind of missing. You know, people took them and kind of hawked them on the black market, you know, pawned them, if you will. So yeah, that's a pretty scary thought. That would be a reason that the government would not come forward as to why they're sending these drones all over the place. You know, you wouldn't want to spook the culprits, and you also wouldn't want to spook the population too much with something like that. That's a pretty big deal. So I'm not sure what any of it means. I am following it, and I hope any of you, if you were lucky enough to see something, you know, please comment below and tell us what you saw. And even if you haven't seen anything, you know, what are your thoughts on this? So thanks for watching. Have a good one.